So, welcome to the Genius Talk podcast. I'm your host, Atul Raj, and today we have Chris Capuano. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you. And you said my last name perfectly. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I tried that two or three times before.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here. And yeah, let's have some fun.
Yeah, we're excited that you are here. So, can you tell us, like, how did you go from being a broke to building a seven-figure business?
So it's just a matter of trying everything you basically can and trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. It took me a long time to figure out what did work. I've been a bus boy, eventually moved on to being a waiter, moved on to a power washer, moved on to a top-rated eBayer, tried drop shipping, drove for Uber, got into construction, started every business, a snow removal bit, started every type of business you could name. Eventually, I ended up realizing that no matter what business I was in, I was ultimately hitting a ceiling. So I tried to find a business, and specifically, I got involved in point of sale systems and merchant services where there is no ceiling. You could keep exponentially growing the more and more you scale. So there's no financial ceiling. The only reason why you're not where you want to be in this specific business is just because you didn't work hard enough. And that's the type of business I want to get involved with. Got involved about almost 8 years ago at this point. Luckily, been going in the right direction, been growing the team and learning along the way that it shouldn't be all up to the business owner to figure everything out. You have to have a good, strong team behind you, and then you could take it all the way to the stars.
Awesome. So, from broke to built, like the no ceiling mindset has changed your life. Can you talk about that mindset?
Yeah, so it's all about having the mindset that there's always noise going on, right? There's always things that are going to try to pull you off course, try to derail you. It's up to you to stay on track. You have to stay focused. You have to wake up every morning with gratitude. Thank God for the feet you have. Thank God for the lungs in your body that allow you to breathe. Thank God you have eyes. You could see things, you could smell things, you could feel things. Just even the smallest bit of gratitude every day is going to help put you in the right mindset. If you wake up and, one of my favorite lines, if you ask any of my clients is, "Hey, what's going on, Chris? How you doing today?" I'm either going to say, "It's great. I'm living the dream," right? Or I'm going to say, "It's another day above ground, so I can't complain too much." So either way, it's all about like just honing in on being thankful for being given the opportunities that we have today. And if you're not exactly where you want to be, I believe that the only person to kind of blame is the person that you're looking at in the mirror, right? You have to take a long, hard look in yourself, and you have to realize that if I'm not where I envisioned where I'd be at this point in my life, then it's up to me to fix it. It's up to me to change it. And whoever else is in your life that's giving you some sort of negative energy or negative thing that's going in your head, whether it's online social media or a family member, or a friend, or even a stranger, you got to cut that crap out, and you have to just stay on the straight line system towards your success, and you're going to crush your goals.
So, what do you do when you have a tough days and you have to keep going?
That's there's going to be tough days. There's a lot of tough days in this business. There really are. There's days when, I almost wish I was in construction and I could turn my phone off at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you know what? The tough days build character. They teach you how to roll with the punches, how to adapt, how to stay agile. You have to be like a shortstop, for anyone that watches baseball. You have to be quick on your feet. You have to be able to pivot. If you get stuck and you hone in on the woulda, shoulda, couldas, you're not going to get anywhere in life. So you just have to keep moving forward. Learn as long as you learn something, then you never lost. It's all about learning a good lesson from every single downfall, every single negative thing that happens to you, and then you never lost. You're always winning.
I don't know who was the inventor. I guess it was Nikola Tesla who said, I didn't fail 2000 times. I just figure out 2000 ways that it will not going to work."
Exactly, exactly. And you only have to win once to crush it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, do you have like some kind of routine or maybe habits that have the biggest impact in your growth?
Habits that have the biggest impact on my growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just being consistent and being my goal is trying to be as efficient as possible because we're all given the same 24 hours in a day. It's not a miracle that Elon Musk gets so much done in a day. It's just because he's so smart with his time, right? Like every single second of his day is planned out and thought out so he can maximize his efficiency. I try and do the same thing, obviously not to that scale. I would never want to be Elon Musk in a million years. The amount of stress would drive me nuts. I don't want to be on private jets on Christmas and like I'm not that guy. I'd rather be a guy that makes a very comfortable living, but I don't want to be like that overly busy, stressed out CEO. That's just not who I am. So having realistic goals, I think, is really a key mindset. It's all about, like I said earlier, maximizing your efficiency of time. So, for example, if I know in a day that I have to meet with, let's just say 30 or 40 people, which is sometimes a regular day, what I do is I plug it into a tool. It's called MapQuest Route Planner. If you just want to Google it, it's like an awesome free tool, and it lets you plug in like all these different addresses, and it shows you the most perfect, efficient way to drive to each one of those businesses. And if maybe is one's going to be there later than the other, you could like drag and drop it so it rearranges the route for you, and like little things like that along the way of like using AI and chat GBT and all that. Right? I don't feel like an email nowadays should really take more than 5 minutes. Otherwise, you're just not making the most use of your time. So just trying to be as productive as possible every single day.
It approx 30 people a day, right?
Yeah, sometimes I mean up to 50 people a day. Yeah, it could get crazy.
How do you manage that? Like mentally,
I
mentally, mentally.
Yeah, so you got to wake up with the mindset of, hey, this is what's going to happen today. I put anything, you could ask my wife, anything that goes in my iPhone notes gets done in a day. So if I put that I'm meeting with these 50 people today, it's going to happen. The meetings might only be 5 minutes each. They're going to be quick meetings, just check-ins. Hey, how you doing? Or it might be like a cold meeting. I might be walking in trying to introduce myself to a new prospect. If you're spending over an hour at a place, it's like you could look at it like, oh yeah, I'm nurturing the relationship and this and that. I'm not that type of patient person. I'm a hunter. I'm not a farmer, right? So in sales, you're either hunters or farm. I'm a hunter. So by the time I'm already, done with this sale, I'm already kind of mentally checked out and moved on to the next one. So I like to keep things moving 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So, do you have a framework called Hustle? Like, can you like talk about that framework?
Yeah, so hustle is a framework that I came up with in my book, okay?
Okay.
H-U-S-T-L-E, right? And H is going to stand for hunger. What it means is there's a burning inside of everyone's stomach, right? To do more, do better. It's all about pulling that out and committing. Everyone gets stuck in what I call perfection paralysis. You have
Mhm.
to take action. Inaction is the worst thing ever. You get frozen, you don't advance, you get nothing done in life. So mediocrity with action is going to trump in action every day of the week, no matter how you look at it. So you got to have the hunger. You got to keep pulling it out of you. The U stands for understand the game. So no matter what business you're in, you could look at it like it's a game. You're playing chess. Who's going to take over? Who's going to checkmate the king, right? Who is going to take over? Who's going to win? You have to know the ins and the outs of your specific vertical, your specific game. You have to understand it at every level. The S is going to be for sell yourself. No matter what you're selling, whatever product you're selling, whatever service you're selling, at the end of the day, the customer is buying you. They are not buying your service. They are not buying your product. Yes, they have to be good and you have to believe in it. But at the end of the day, the customer has to believe in you, the person that they are buying it from. Otherwise, a transaction will never take place. The L is going to stand for leverage your lessons. So, like we said earlier, if you screwing up, that means you're doing something right. If you're not screwing up, you're not trying as hard as you can. You have to make the most of every single lesson. You have to learn from it and you have to grow from it. Moving on to E, the last letter of hustle stands for earn while you sleep. Earn while you sleep. That's what got me obsessed with this whole thought of stopping trading my time for money. And that's actually what led me to write this book called No Ceiling, No Excuses. And it's all about trying to generate revenue in your sleep, all about creating systems and scaling and being smart. Yes, you have to work hard, but you also have to work smart. You could be a hamster on a wheel. Like the guy that picks up my garbage every, Friday and Tuesday, he's working extremely hard every day, right? He's working his ass off. Every day he comes, he picks up the garbage. I see him sweating. Sometimes it gets on him. And yeah, he's working from 5 a.m. till about 1 p.m. and then he goes home. But at the end of the day, he's only going to make his 60, 70, 80 grand a year, right? Now, it's up to you. Are you the type of person that's happy with that and can live with that? Because me personally, I'm not. If you are, God bless you. I have nothing against you. But it's all about if you're in the hustle mentality, if you're getting home at 1 o'clock, me, I can't do that. I have to do something else, whether I'm growing a side business or trying a side hustle, or I'm just trying different things because I can't sit there and do nothing. It just drives me nuts. I don't have kids, so maybe that's part of the reason why I'm like a psychopath sometimes. But I just can't sit still. I always have to do something. I was never diagnosed with ADD, but I'm sure if I got tested nowadays, the doctor would be like, "Yeah, you got ADD."
Hey, you said sales saved your life, and it can save other people's life too. What do you mean by that?
So yeah, so it saved my life because it like when you feel stuck and you feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over again, you get really just like angry at yourself, almost depressed, you get sad. And I just feel like if you're in that negative mindset, you're not truly living. You're just you're not what is it? You're working to live, not living to work, or the other way around. I don't know. I screw up those things all the time. But either way, you're it's all about being in the right mindset and just knowing that like even if you're not making as much as you want to make, if you're happier, then that's the path you should be on. I'm a firm believer in that.
Okay. So, what do you think? What separates a top performer in sales compared to the others?
Yeah. So the top performer in sales is someone that shows up every day, is consistent, is always trying to learn, and is always trying to grow.
Mhm.
The second you meet a salesperson that's like, no, I know that already, or I did that already, it doesn't work, or like that, you could even hear in like their tone of voice sometimes. You're just like, dude, this guy's washed up. He's over it. He's not looking to become better. Like if your goal is to be 1% better every day, you're gonna crush it. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna take. Now, there's ways to speed up how long it takes. You could watch really good sales training videos, but I always say to all my guys that work for me, you can watch all the videos in the world. If you're not out there in the field doing it, you're never going to get better. It's like, you could go to college, become the smartest guy in the world, but if first let's just say brain surgery, but if you've never actually operated on a brain, you have no clue what the hell you're doing. You have to just
Exactly.
go out and do it, right?
Yeah. What's a common sales mistake that you think most people are making?
So, a common sales mistake that most people are making is maybe, I think, looking back too much. I think a lot of people look back after they make a mistake and they're like, why did I say that? Or why would I offer him that? Like, don't worry about what you did. Worry about what you're gonna do next time. And yeah, there's reflection, which is important, but if you just keep looking backwards, you're never gonna go forwards. I think it's just looking back too much. And maybe one other thing little bonus tip I would add is just over setting your goals. Like I think your goals should be realistic and I think they shouldn't be easy, but they should not be extremely hard. I hate setting goals. I really do. They drive me nuts because I'm already self-motivated enough. I just don't like,
Mhm.
I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, my goal's to sell 20 people this week. And it's just like, dude, I'm going to sell as many people as I can. Whatever the number is, the number is. Like that's just me personally. Other people work really well with goals. I don't like goals. I don't like deadlines. I just like to just get shit done as fast and as efficient as possible.
Okay, awesome. So can you tell me your book, where can they people go and get it?
So I came up with the name No Ceiling, No Excuses, and I thought the website should be just as easy, right? So www.noceilingnoexcuses.com. You go there, you click the link, it takes you right into the Amazon listing. Right now it's $20. Eventually I might increase the price. I should be charging $2,000 for this, honestly. So you could look at it like it's a 99% discount today. But no, but honestly it's $20. And I thought that was a really fair price point. The first third of the book is kind of like sharing my story. I had a crazy childhood from an alcoholic mother to her boyfriend who was actually a crackhead to my dad passing away to one of my closest employees passing away, overdosing, like the day after I took them out to dinner. Like there's some really crazy gut-wrenching stories in the first third of the book. If you're evil, that's going to be your favorite part. The second part of the book teaches you all about the different jobs I had, what I tried, what worked, what didn't work. And then the last part of the book is all about no ceiling mode. It's all about how I kind of built this current business and the different sales techniques and tactics that I use to grow and scale every single day.
Hmm, okay. But I'm curious, at what moment you realize there is no ceiling of success?
There's at one moment did I realize that there's no ceiling to success.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, there's I don't know. Like I'm always looking. Like even today, I'm like, okay, what's my next move? Yeah, I'm crushing it right now, but what's my next move? I'm always thinking like, what am I gonna do next? What's the next? What's the? I'm always picturing like I grew up playing chess. I was actually in a
Mhm.
chess club, so I'm always thinking like, what's my next move? I read a great book by Patrick Bet David. I think it's called Your Next Five Moves or Your Next 10 Moves or something, and it's all about thinking 5 moves ahead. So if you get in the mindset of, hey, this is working today, but in a year or 2, 3 years from now, I need to pivot. I need to do something else. So if you're always staying in that mindset of yes, I have a plan A, but what's my plan B, C, D, and E? Then
Mhm.
you're gonna always be golden because you're always gonna have a backup plan. I always say you need a backup plan for the backup plan.
Okay, that was awesome. So it was very nice talking with you, Chris, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Thank you so much, Atul. Really appreciate it.